You should be able to hear, right? I think I did a temporary capture. Let my controller charge. What do you mean? Dude, if this charging base stops actually working, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Been having issues with it being weird. Alright, let's continue. We're at the Endless Tower. Now, I'm probably not going to do it perfectly. Because unfortunately, these bosses break all of the rules. They cheat. They fucking cheat, man.
On me.
Oh man, I forgot. There was one more. I was waiting for that attack. Pain in the ass, man. It was delayed. It's always the same pattern, but he either does it twice or he does it single attacks. So he steals your shields, he steals your health. So we're all at 1 HP, which is fucking fantastic. All I do is last chance, which puts her into virtuous stance.
Okay.
And then I last chance again because it's going to add a stack of frenzy for another 10% damage.
Last chance.
Now's my favorite.
And then this guy's got the baguette, the burning baguette weapon, and it just essentially is just designed to do a lot of fire. So I'm gonna stack fire on him. And then we're gonna smack them.
The fun begins.
And we're gonna fire them again. We're gonna smack them.
What lovely feet.
Now we're gonna drop a mark on them. Well, fuck, we could probably mark them again. Well, fuck, look at all the marks we're getting on them. It doesn't matter. That's all we have to do is put marks on them. Now we have the gradient charge is tier 3. And Mael has a Pictos that when it's her turn, she will consume the gradient if it's tier 3 for an extra 200% damage. So we're just gonna skip our turn. She consumes a gradient, and she's also got the Barba Papa, which is a 4-stack debuff that makes me attack at 1 damage for 4 turns. And the 5th hit will do 600% damage, and each hit after that will also deal the additional 600 damage. But your first 4 hits don't do anything. And then you just do Burning Canvas, which for us is gonna hit for a 5th time. So the 5th hit will have 600% damage. I've got another Pictos that you can see we only have 4 AP, because what the Pictos does is it consumes all AP over 4 for an additional 20 damage per AP consumed. I think it's 20. I have to take a look. But then we do burning. So you can see like we did like 400,000 damage with everything we've done so far, and his health bar is like maybe 1% less. So this is what Burning Canvas will do. Pay attention to the numbers.
Everything.
1, 1, 1, 1, and then 211 million damage. And then we get another turn, but another turn doesn't matter, so we just skip it. And then he will instantly erase you. There's nothing you can do to prevent this, by the way. So I killed him with my solo build with Verso, but he just deletes you when you kill him. So I can't actually do this fight with solo, although I've already proven that Verso can do enough damage to kill him solo. So that's not an issue. The issue is the fact that you're forced to die. So you send in your reserves.
A storm is coming.
Now this works pretty much the same way, except for now Lune is going to be the one that does an attack that hits more than 5 times, or hits more than 4 times. So she's got the same Bapapara stacks, the Barba pop-up stacks. She's got a lot of the same Pictos. She uses the same one that consumes a gradient. But what's unique with her build is that she's got a weapon that creates dark stacks, and you consume those dark stacks and do like an additional 200% damage. Something like that. So what we do with her is we're going to generate all of our stacks with Elemental Trick. Now we have every element. It doesn't matter what elements they are, we just use that one, and then we're going to go ahead and hit them with the auto attack. The weapon then converts everything to dark. And then from here, if I can remember correctly, I do have to stack some gradient. I think that's all I can do for gradient stacking. And then I'm going to Fortune Fury to give her additional damage.
Show me what you can do. Tell me anything.
And then I think I do the same thing and just smack her a couple times. Actually, I think I can just fully do the whole thing. And then mark them, I guess. But after this, I can just skip the turn. I don't actually have to do anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have, like, kick to slow or anything. I don't know, maybe. Let's see what happens if I actually, kick him. Okay, yeah, I do hit him. So he goes defenseless. And then it's Verso's turn, and you know what Verso does. Verso just machine guns. So my goal with Verso is to get Gradient to 3 and to get his Perfection to S, which it's not very difficult to do, especially if you get decent procs. Like, obviously, we're already at S rank. We're almost at full charge Gradient. Our next turn we'll get full charge. And I'm pretty sure I do burn stacks as well. So his weapon gives his teammates 50% of his damage bonus. If he's at S rank, he gets the 200% damage bonus, so I think they get 100% damage bonus. So that's kind of cool in regards to team building, right? And then you just auto attack. And you go ahead and repeat. Okay, we're perfectly set up. Now, CL goes, and so here's another thing. Lune gains additional damage per shield. And CL has a Pictos that will give shields to people she uses a healing tent on, or Lune has one. I forget how it works. Either the person has it, gets shields, or the person who's using the healing tent on someone else gives shields. Either way, I'm just going to pop a healing tent on her, and now she's at 7 shields, and I pop another healing tent. Now she's at max shields. It's her turn. She consumes the gradient charges for massive damage. And then I use Lightning Dance, which hits 6 times. And critical hits do additional hits, so it actually hits a lot more than 6 times. And that should be the fight. I don't know why, but the animations for Minoko look so fucking janky. Wow. Now my highest damage dealt was almost 600 million damage. I wish I could do that. So, the cool thing about these bosses is you can farm them. And you'll get 20 Lumina every time, 5 Grandiose, and 1 Perfect. So you can farm this over and over and over again. Now, Simon's probably not the best one to farm. The Duelists are the best one to farm. But I would probably fine-tune my team comp for that specifically, because the way I have things set up now work really well for the forced 2-stage. Whereas there's a forced 2-stage on the Duelists as well, but it doesn't wipe your team. So I would probably use Verso, Lune, and maybe Mael or CL. because CL has another setup that's really good for helping. So I'd probably do Lune, Verso, CL, and figure out a way to one phase with CL and Verso to have Lune ready for the second phase. I gotta figure out, like, I want to be able to make it quick rather than spend time on it, because the idea would be to farm. Right. The entire idea is to farm. But it's a lot more simplistic than you think. It doesn't require as many Pictos as you would imagine. Like Verso has over 1,000 Lumina, but he's only using 428.7. Now, I could probably get rid of some of the stuff, because I probably have things that I'm not actually using. So like auto death, and I think it's survivor. I don't need those, because I actually have a Pictos that does that with 1. So auto death, right, is 1, and survivor is 20. So I'm using 21 points, but there's literally a Pictos that I got recently called 1. I think it's called 1. I'm also fucking blind when I'm looking for certain Pictos. What's the name? The One. It's also 1 point. And max health is reduced to 1. So I don't need to kill myself and survive. So I can just put this on instead. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not super optimized. It's just kind of... it works. But I could probably really optimize it and do stuff like that. But like the things that are really important, rush on frame shot, probably not important. I could probably take that off, because you're not really benefiting from that. Because once it's his turn, it's his turn, and then his turn's over. So I could probably drop this and be perfectly fine. I could, like I said, drop auto death and grab the 1, drop survivor. Burning marks is required. This is required. Gradient charge, 10% gradient on applying a buff. That's necessary. So I guess if accelerated shots is the only buff that I'm applying, then that's fine. But I think I have powerful shots as well. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, okay, I don't have powerful shots. So, okay, never mind. I lied. Accelerating shots is worth it because of the charge acceleration. Chance to burn on frame shot is required. Charging when applying a burn, that's required, because again, we're trying to get to gradient. So all the gradient shit's really necessary on this. That one, cheater, so you can play twice. The combo attack, so you can build up on charging for your base attack. This is so that you can have increased crit rate, right? So you get another 50% since we only have 34. Double burn is always really, really nice. So you want that. Double mark, super important. Energizing attack, we just need the 1 because we use well, I guess, yeah. I mean, we pretty much stay at max, so you don't need energizing attack too. But once 1 AP on applying burn is nice because you get it when you shoot, so you can shoot longer. Energizing powerful is nice, but we don't have powerful shots though, so I do need to put. How am I getting? How did I give him powerful? I might have forgot to put it on. I think I need to put powerful shots on because I'm not seeing how I get powerful. And then you do energizing start, which is 5. You could do energizing start 2, which is 10. But you have like yeah, I gotta look at more. I thought I had a few other Pictos on here, but I guess I don't. But this one here is really good, trigger happy. After shooting 10 times in the same turn, you gain 2 AP, and then all the following shots deal 200% more damage. Well, it's not really necessary with this setup since one of the characters is doing all the damage, but it's a really good Pictos. Base attack applies slow. That's nice to have. Sniper, more damage on the first shot, the ability to break. We're just using it for the damage. 50% chance. So stay marked, double mark. Those are really, really fucking good with double burn. Like those are kind of necessary. So we get shell when we do rush on shot. But yeah, I don't know why I don't have a way to get powerful on right now. I need to fix that. Yeah, and then of course all the AP gaining stuff for shooting. So AP back on shooting a burn target, on shooting a mark target. Chance to apply mark and burn for shots. You want greater rush, greater slow. Obviously first strike on everything. An exposing attack is really good so that you make them defenseless when you attack them. So yeah, I could drop Survivor, I could do the 1, and then I need to put in powerful shots. Or auto powerful would work too. But yeah. Anywho, like I said, I was really, really tired. I was falling asleep when I was actually putting these builds together. And then I forced myself to finish the builds, and then I fought him a couple times, and I kept missing the parries because I was so damn tired, and then I finally got through the parry part, and the build worked really well. And it's probably overkill, actually. It's probably a bit overkill. I don't think I need as much damage as I put on these. The AP discount, though, is necessary for Mael for sure. It might be necessary for her. I don't think so. So you could probably drop this for Lune, because it is 30 points. All the Pictos are pretty much critical-based Pictos. But yeah. Pretty much all the big, like, confident fighter, right? So more damage, but you can't heal, but you're not worried about healing, obviously. We do, I think, auto death, and then play. There's one where you play when you lose your health. Shortcut. So this guarantees that she plays first. We want her to play first because we need to set her up. So this is very important. You need shortcut. Otherwise, you kind of ruin her setup. And then you want to be able to build gradient to 3 before her next turn as well. And then, like, you know, 2+ shields when falling below health, so that we get those shields because we do more shield affinity, 30% increased damage. Having shields plus increased damage per shield. So there's like a lot. And then of course we have roulette. Probably could take roulette off. I don't think it's actually necessary. Teamwork, so you get the 10%. Tainted, 15% increased damage for each status effect on self, and then of course the normal immaculate increased damage until you get hit, and Midas res, which gives you the 3 shields at start but halves your health. We don't care about that. Inverted affinity, so that you're inverted for 3 turns but you have 50% increased damage. Obviously painted power on every build. This one here, on every damage dealt, try to consume 1 AP if successful for more damage. Right, along with everything else. Solidifying, stay marked you want. Stay marked is there because when you're hitting the marked enemy, you can reset the mark 100% of the time if you're lucky, and you do 50% damage every time you hit the mark. So it's just more damage. And then, you know, you want the greater rush. Glass cannon again, because you're not taking damage, but that's 25%. This is the gradient overcharge I was telling you about. You consume 3 gradient charge and do 200% more damage. This is the frenzy. Successful attacks, 10% more damage. The feint. Start of each turn with 4 stacks of no damage. The 5th hit does 600% more. It's called feint. And then of course you're always going to do energizing turn and master. You're always going to have at least 1 energizing start. We actually don't need this at all, but I think I had it on her previously. Yo, Raptor, what's going on, dude? Welcome in, Raiders.